So you think that your job is safe from AI? The only thing that I keep hearing in my head is you about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. So we're going to talk about it today. We're going to talk about how AI is affecting everyone's job, not just certain jobs. If you're new here, welcome to Make It Make Sense with Andronika, where we talk about things that are actually going on in the world and how they're impacting us, and we try to figure out the nonsense from the truth. The truth is, if you don't adapt to AI right now, you are going to lose your job. Let's talk about the fact that Oracle laid off over 30,000 employees overnight via email, and they laid off highly skilled technical workers. You know, the ones, those jobs back a couple 5 years ago where they were paying like $200,000 and all the tech companies were doing all that hiring. All those jobs have gone away. So if you're someone who's in the clerical space, any HR role, benefits, payroll, onboarding, background checking, all of that stuff's being automated. It already is being automated by that software Workday. They're in the middle of a class action lawsuit allegedly for ageism. Yeah. So I come from HR and talent acquisition. That's been my whole career. And I have friends who are in the space currently who never left. And all I hear, because I have these conversations regularly, is that in these boardrooms right now, they are trying to figure out who is getting laid off first, i.e., what group, what department. Customer service. Customer service isn't even really a thing anymore in the United States, but there's still some centers, they're going away. Human resources, like I just referenced, they're going to all be automated. Office managers, accounts payable, bookkeepers. Think about it. You know, all of those softwares. I mean, first of all, softwares are running everyone's payroll anyway, right? Because I remember when I started my career, I used to have to input people's time from their time cards. I had to input all of that into ADP. You don't have to input anything because now when employees are clocking in, it's being logged in to the systems that are then generating payroll. So, what is the payroll department actually doing? 90% of the workforce has direct deposit, so no one's really mailing out checks. Benefits is all automated. You get the email when it's open enrollment. There's not anyone in HR sending you that. That's all automated. But meanwhile, there are people in those titles: benefits coordinator, benefits administrator, payroll analysis, comp manager, the person that decides what the pay scales and grades and levels are going to be when they're hiring. A person doesn't need to do that. So all of those HR jobs are going away. And recruiting, we already know, if you're a recruiter, you already know the ATS does your job. It cleans out all the people based on the criteria that the company puts in, and then they leave what's deemed a qualified candidate. And then all you do as the recruiter is call the person on the phone. You have an interview, a phone screen, then you schedule them to meet with the hiring managers. Maybe they have to do a project, and then you have to like initiate background check and drug test. You don't do any of that. You put it into the system and the system does it, right? So what are recruiters actually doing? Because really and truly, the ATS can qualify and screen out and screen in candidates and then send that candidate to the hiring manager. The hiring manager can do the interviewing and make the decision. You're the middleman. You don't have to be there. And then they put all of the system into like Workday, and Workday sends out all of the I-9 forms and the W-2s and schedules the onboarding and tells you where to go for your drug test. Workday does all of that. All you do is, you're not even typing in the candidate's name at this one, because the candidate, all of that information got submitted from the ATS and got tracked through Workday or PeopleSoft or whatever system you're using. So HR jobs, they're out. They're so low on the totem pole of a company needing it. They're down there with customer service. And now let's talk about payroll and bookkeeping and all of those records. And you need to generate a report for the CFO or the director. You've put all of that information into an Excel spreadsheet when really and truly it could just be in a database and then spit the report out. In my last job, I was the senior talent director for a major security firm, and I had recruiters working all over the country. And every Monday, I ran a report with the dates, like hot new hires, attrition, fall off, people that were put on performance. I just had to type in keywords, and the system would spit out the report for me, and it's all automated. Car insurance, writers, adjusters. There's only jobs where a human has to touch the thing. Like if you're a car insurance and you're a car insurance adjuster, and you have to go to where the car is that's in question, and assess the damage. A person has to do that. But now we have cars like Teslas where a person don't even have to like drive the car; it drives by itself, and all those Waymos. So insurance adjusters, I don't even think that's going to be a thing. But for sure, customer service, human resources, any bookkeeping job, and office managers, y'all can just put your resignation in now, because you're ordering supplies and making sure that there's coffee in the break room, when now most of these companies have those big coffee machines that just make the coffee. So then the vendor from that coffee company comes and just does the maintenance on it. And all you need to do is make sure that there's cups and stirs and creamers. But the maintenance company that maintains that machine can bring those things. I mean, I'm not being funny. Like, this is like serious. And people are like, yeah, well, this is another one of those tech things. It's just trending. Everyone's talking about AI. It's not really a thing. It's really a thing. Because remember when they said that Wi Fi wasn't a thing? Remember when they said that people are not going to shop online? People are going to want to touch the things, and they're going to want to try them on. That e-com thing, that's not going to happen. It happened. It made brick and mortar stores have to close because no one was going to them, right? So when I tell you that AI is coming for your job, I am not fear mongering. AI is coming for your job, period. So you can do one or two things if you're in those fields that I just referenced. You can go and take a course on AI. Don't go to work complaining about how you don't want to have nothing to do with AI. It's all nonsense, because they're listening and they're tallying the people who are going to be the first to go. So while you guys are all mad about having to work in the office again, that should be the least of your problems. Because not only are you not going to have to work in the office, you're not going to have anywhere to go for an office because you're not going to have a job. It's just facts. So you can go on to Coursera, where they have all these free courses, and get yourself an AI generative certificate. I did it, it's free. So why would you not just go jump on Coursera? This is not sponsored by Coursera, and take a free course. There's a lot of other places that are offering free AI courses. Take one, put it on your resume, put it in your LinkedIn profile as a skill. And when you get the certificate, go tell your boss, hey, you know what I did? I just got an AI certificate. And he's going to, or she's going to say, yeah, that's cool. And they're going to make a note of it. Because if you are familiar with AI, they'll keep you. Because when they put AI agents in their workplace, someone's going to have to train the AI agent. And the people that are going to train them are the people that are going to know how to train an AI agent. So, for instance, I took the Coursera course. AI, Claude specifically, Claude Cowork, runs my whole, because my Claude agent is my administrative assistant. Every morning I get an email it's a good morning email, and it's like, good morning, Angelique. And it tells me everything that's in my inbox because it's already scanned my inbox, what emails came in, and they take the spam emails and they put them in a spam folder, and then what emails need to be responded to. And then if I want them to respond to it, I could put in a skill that certain emails they can respond like with a generic response, right? If there's, say, a brand that comes in my inbox because they want to do a brand partnership with me, they'll highlight that on my document. Oh, this brand wants to do a partnership with you. This is like a high priority email that needs to be responded to. They also my AI agent also has access to my Gmail calendar. All of the things that are on my calendar, I don't have to look at my calendar, because if I open that good morning brief first, I already know what's going on. I trained my AI agent to do that. And not only that, I have a command center like desktop that I had AI create for me that tells me like what the revenue goals are by quarter, how much money has come in, where we're short in terms of like the monthly revenue goal. It's a command center. I have a command center. I have a quarterly revenue tracker. And then at the end of the day, at 4 o'clock, I get a daily update with all of the things that got taken care of, all of the things that got missed. Like I was supposed to do one unboxing for some brand and I forgot to do it. It wasn't anything that was paid. So obviously it wasn't on my priority list. And it was like, hey, this is like 3 days past due. So then I just did it that day just to get it off my calendar. Now, granted, I can still manage my own calendar, but I'm saying that's what I use Claude Cowork for. And now they have Claude Design where you can create slides and decks. You don't have to go to Google Decks or PowerPoint. You can do it all, and it's not hard. You just have to know what prompts to use. So if you can get yourself into a free AI course, basic level AI generative course, and then get that certificate. They give you a certificate from Coursera. Go into your LinkedIn, put that skill set in there, make sure your boss knows. I mean, if you want to tell everybody work, tell everybody. Let everybody know that you know AI and that you're not offended by it, that you've adapted to it. But for all of the people that are at work complaining about AI, they're listening because they're saying they are saying, oh well, this person's has an aversion to learning or learning something new, or they're not adaptable for change. They don't want to, they don't want something new. You're at the top of the list, my friend. So even if you have some type of aversion to AI, cool, because there's all kind of things that even I'm like, oh, this AI is going to take over the world. I don't know if it's going to take over the world, but it's going to take over a lot of people's jobs. And the only people that are going to save themselves, at least keep their job longer, is that they have some familiarity with AI. If you can tell your boss, hey, I know how to run this report, I'll just get AI to do it. Even if AI is in your company right now. You might not know it, but like let your boss know that you are like, AI. And I remember like 2 years ago to be using AI in the workplace was a horrible thing. And then people were saying, like in the HR space, we can tell if your resume is AI. It doesn't matter anymore because AI is the one reading the resume. You don't want it to be like blatant AI, like M dashes and like the triple words that it uses in a row. You have to give it a skill and set directions, create projects, and then within each project. So my AI proofreads all of my Substack articles. So I have a folder that's my Substack articles. I write my articles, I put them in there, and then I have AI read it for me and make any tweaks because I want it to sound more editorial. And I'm not an editorial writer, but it doesn't change my content. It just moves things around. And I say, like, I don't want M dashes. I don't want this. I don't want that. I want this. The objective is this is the audience. Like, you tell AI what you want, but you have to be specific and create skills and folders and projects. It's not hard. Once you set it up, I set up my Substack project like I think the beginning of the year, and I never have to touch it. And sometimes when I'm doing a new project, I have a master document, make it make sense, master document, master plan. And when I have a new project that I want Claude to work on for me or research for me, I add that to the prompt. So my AI has all that information. Just do it. Adapt to AI. Don't be afraid of it. Do not complain about it in the workplace. And for God's sake, don't make videos about it on TikTok. And then when your company is looking at implementing in certain departments and your department is like the one they're talking about, when they start going through the list of the employees that work in that department, listen to what I'm saying. Remember, I told you I'm from HR 30 years. I know how the conversations go down, even when there's going to be a big layoff. I've been the part of change management. I've been the part of laying off entire departments. I know how they strategize it. So when they're strategizing a specific department and it happens to be yours, there's a list of all the employees that are in that department. And there's going to be highlights of employees that they don't want to let go of because that particular employee has a skill set that they feel they need for the next stage. But if you're just like, seventh on the list and you're just like, yeah, you've worked there for, however many years, 2 years, 20 years, it's not going to matter your seniority. It's not going to matter how much they pay you. What could potentially matter is your age, unfortunately. Mhm. Because if they can get someone that's right out of college that has dabbled with AI and they're very comfortable and familiar with it, they're going to keep that person and replace the person who does not want to adapt. Because all that new person or that younger version person or that college kid is going to do is they're going to take what they know because they know AI, and they're going to help the company train the AI agents. It's not going to be because that college grad has more experience than you, because of course they wouldn't. They don't care about the level of interpersonal skills. Remember when that used to be a thing? It was not, they have to like you. They don't care. AI is going to create so much savings for these companies. They don't have to pay benefits. They don't have to pay for PTO. They don't have to pay to let you go on leave when you have a child. They don't have to pay disability. They don't have to pay unemployment. They don't have to worry about you clocking out at 5 because your shift is 9 to 5. The AI agent will work 24/7, 7 days a week, and never have to clock in or out and never be tired. I just wanted to come on here and let you guys know AI is real. I'm not fear mongering. If you have any of the jobs that I just referenced, take note, take an AI class. You don't have to learn how to build a website. I mean, Claude knows how to do that. You don't need to code and engineer. Those people have already been laid off. You just need to know how to prompt AI to give, so that AI gives you what you want. And then you give that to your boss. If you don't know how to do that, you're in trouble. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed, subscribe. And let me know down in the comments what your thought is. And thank you again for watching this video, and I will see you on